All right, welcome back to FBS BBQ, where we try it before you buy it. FBS BBQ review. It's been so long since I made one of these videos. I've kind of forgot what I'm doing, but here we're going to do an unboxing of the meat stick. This is the meat stick. That's my dog, Rocky. And he was pretty excited to help me film this video, as you can see. This is the meat stick ChefX. It's got 4 built-in sensors on it. I was so excited to get this thing open. I actually had opened it and threw a battery in, and I was remembering that I needed to unbox it, show you everything that comes in the box. No, thank you, Meat Stick, for sending this. You just need a couple AA batteries to charge it up, and the coolest part about it is everything is on the app. You can scan that with your phone. All you have to do is tap the camera, scan it. It'll pop up the app, which I already had, and it's one of the smaller wireless thermometers that there is that's on the market. I think it's smaller than, yeah, it's definitely smaller than my meter that I have, but here I'm going to show you everything that you have to do to set it up from the start. And honestly, this is a little bit sped up, but shows you everything that you have to go through downloading it and making sure you have all the firmware, hardware updated on it. And probably going to try and edit out at least a little bit of this so we're not all stuck watching me simply download this. But yeah, I haven't been making a lot of these videos lately. Apologize for that. Just been super busy, a couple young kids, and I've been doing a lot more catering gigs lately. This summer was not full of competition barbecues. It was full of cooking for as many people as I could, and been getting busy at my own day-to-day job. So right now I'm trying to film this late at night while I've got some quiet time and free time on my hands. But I'm gonna go ahead and buzz through a little bit of this so we're not all stuck watching this. So, oh, just finished. And then I'm going to fast forward to try and get us through to setting it up. The first time is what I said. So it was set up, and then we had to do the update on the actual thermometer. And I really like that it's a smaller one. That was my only complaint on the other thermometers, is they're bigger and longer, and you're supposed to insert it up into the base of it, and it says it on each of the thermometers. And the thing I really like about this little meat stick is it's got 4 different sensors, because one thing I've noticed is you can get some inconsistencies on where the end of that probe is inside your meat. That'll kind of determine that point of the thermometer. That's where it's reading the temperature on that piece of meat. So the hardest thing I've had to try and explain to people is these meat sticks and any thermometer, it's only accurate for exactly where you have that probe placed. Now, the best part about this is having multiple sensors. It's reading different temperatures at the base where it's sticking outside of the meat, and you can see I'm doing some side projects there. But the only issue I have with these is if I get busy in the yard or playing with the kids and then I come back to try and see where the sensor's at, I will lose connection. But as soon as I'm within range, it'll connect immediately. And there's the 4 different readings that I wanted everybody to see. It gives you your actual temperature inside the cooking chamber on the farthest sensor, then the one that's right at the base of the meat, that's almost always going to be one of the warmer points. And the reason is because it's closest to where the heat is coming in. I pointed that heat out just because that's not what the actual temperature is. You can see that big wad of foil on the left-hand side there a little bit ago. I'm having my own internal thermometer problems inside the smoker itself, but I wanted to flip it over to see if it could change the actual temperature settings or give me a different reading on what the actual internal temperature of the smoker was, and seeing if it had the grates. But you can see there I just checked with my instant read thermometer, my Thermopen, and it was at 131 degrees. And I shortly thereafter checked it, a screen recording to show you that it is about as accurate can be. And here I believe I pulled it off to rest. I wrapped it in foil, and you'll see that in a little clip here in a second. But with those 4 sensors, you can see that the temperature in the cooking chamber is around 180 degrees is what it was at, but that's because I pulled it out, so that temperature is dropping, as you can see. And I ended the cook because I removed it off the heat. And this is a Prairie Fresh pork tenderloin. I can't get enough of these. Fortunately enough, I can order some through work, and for how you get two in each package, and for how good they are, how tender and juicy. And honestly, when you get a thermometer like this, it can pretty much, it can turn anybody that's not a cook into a cook. And once again, just showing my chicken legs. I had a new recipe I was trying. I actually cooked some pork meatloaf. I'm going to have to try and make a recipe video for that. But, of course, I edited out all the remainder. I don't think I did a screen recording when I was using that thermometer to finish my meatloaf out. But here's me filming my big reveal of letting it rest a little bit. And that was kind of the last of that screen recording video of the Meat Sticks app on showing the temperature it was when it rested. And I cooked it to a perfect medium rare. I tell people, do not cook pork tenderloin, pork chops, those smaller cuts of pork over 145 degrees. That's when it'll start to dry out. This is poor man's beef ribeye. Beef tenderloin. It is so crazy good. It is so tender, so juicy, and cooked it absolutely perfectly just because of the thermometer. I will have to say that being able to see different temperatures at the same time with just one thermometer is, I need to cook another one of these, because seeing it just makes me really, really want to get some more. Oofta. It's just fall apart. Now here, I think I finally cut it up to kind of plate it, make it look pretty. See, I have a hard time filming these just because I'm more of an eater than a photographer, film recording. And it's funny enough, I actually have a shelf right underneath my microwave. That's how I got this camera angle. People have asked me, how do you get this camera angle? Like, what do you have? I don't have any camera equipment. I just have a nice iPhone. Oh, look how juicy that is. Don't mind my gut hanging over there. Just a little bit of the pork jus. Jus. Look how juicy that is. So this was actually the first cook I had with that thermometer. I've used it about 5 times since then, and I really can't complain about anything other than just getting disconnected. But if you're not near your meat when you're cooking anyways, I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of, you can say you set it and forget it. If it's a pellet grill, you put it on. But if you want it to turn out perfectly, you're going to have to check on it. But if you're going to be nearby and you've got other stuff to do, this thermometer is absolutely perfect for the people that don't want to be opening up their grills multiple times. They want to be with family and be a good host. But look at the smoke ring on that. Oh, I can't say enough about those pork tenderloins from Prairie Fresh. And anybody can cook like this. I mean, I've practiced a lot, and I know what I like to do for time, temperatures, but being able to know when that meat is done, the meat stick helps you cook to the perfect temperature, cook to your desired temperature, and go get yourself that was so good. Woo! But thanks again to the Meat Stick for hooking me up with their new ChefX thermometer. 4 different temperature sensors on it. Order it online at themeatstick.com.